August 2024 is now called to order at 7 p.m. Dr. McGee, roll call.
Chairman Bourget.
Here.
Vice Chair Burke.
Yeah.
Mrs. Kapiskis.
Here.
Mrs. Costa.
Here.
Mr. Leclerc.
Please stand and join me in a moment of silence and the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll start with good and welfare. For anyone addressing the school committee during good and welfare, please begin with your name and address. Your comments shall be no more than 5 minutes of speaking time and should be in good order. Please be aware that the committee cannot respond to you during good and welfare, but may direct you to an appropriate member of the administration team or may meet with you directly after the meeting for further discussion. Is there anyone who would like to address the school committee this evening? Seeing and hearing none, Dr. McGee will go into recognitions and announcements.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the school committee. Very happy to announce Woonsocket High School junior to be Shamrock Thune, who's a member of the Woonsocket-based Ocean State Hammerheads Throwing Club, became a 4-time All-American as he struck gold in the boys ages 15 to 16 division's 12-pound hammer at the USATF National Junior Olympic Track and Field Championships. He sat in third place until he unleashed a throw of 192 feet, 8 inches on his 6th and final attempt. Grabbing, yes. Yeah, it is amazing. Yes.
What perfect timing.
I agree. Grabbing top 6 places in the girls ages 17 and 18 divisions 4-kilogram hammer was Woonsocket High School senior to be Bella Piet, who came in 7th place. Piet became a 6-time All-American with her performance. Woonsocket High graduate Adam Beaudry, who will continue his throwing career this fall at George Mason University, took 6th place with a throw of 190 feet. 190 feet 4 inches that he delivered on his 6th and final attempt. Congratulations to these amazing present, current, and former Woonsocket High School student athletes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That's incredible. Anybody here want to throw the hammer or anything?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Mr. Chairman, it's just amazing. Coach Piet has been turning out outstanding hammer throwers, disc throwers over these last several years. In the years I've been on the school committee, and more power to him. And we just had one of our graduates end up 8th in the Olympic trials,
Right.
a month or so ago. Right. And I bet you in 4 years we may be seeing him in Los Angeles at the next Olympics. But again, kudos to Coach Piet and
all our students.
The work that he does and all those students that he's been dealing with.
Anyone else? I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the recognitions and announcements. We have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Next, I'll make a motion to approve the July 17, 2024 open meeting minutes. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Vice Chair Burke and Mrs. Costa. Any changes to the minutes? Dr. McGee?
Chairman Bourget.
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke.
Yes.
Mrs. Kapiskis.
Yes.
Mrs. Costa.
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Next, I'll make a motion to approve the August 7, 2024 special meeting minutes. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. Any changes to those minutes? Dr. McGee?
Chairman Bourget.
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke.
Yes.
Mrs. Kapiskis.
Yes.
Mrs. Costa.
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
We'll go on to the consent agenda. I'll make a motion to discuss and approve the consent agenda. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. Does anyone want to take any items out of the consent agenda for further discussion? Dr. McGee?
Chairman Bourget.
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke.
Yes.
Mrs. Kapiskis.
Yes.
Mrs. Costa. Mr. Leclerc.
Yes.
Dr. McGee, I'll ask for your superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You each have a copy of the staffing changes. As you can see, we've started the process of filling open positions. You can see we have special education resource teacher at Vernon Heights, a grade 4 ESL teacher at Coleman, grade 5 ESL teacher at Citizens, grade 2 ESL 1-year position at Coleman, and a grade 4 ESL position at Coleman that we have filled for next year. In addition to our non-certified teacher assistant positions, as well as some custodial openings that we filled as well. And then you can see the hourly stipend extracurricular positions, which are many are for our kindergarten screening for next year. In addition to that, we have some separations, some folks who have left the district, as well as some transfers. And you can see this, the list is quite extensive,
Right.
which it normally is over the course of the summer. So I'd be happy to answer any questions committee might have at this time.
Any questions, comments? Then I'll make a motion to receive and place on file the superintendent's report. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ms. Morrell, would you give us your special education update?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As you notice, I did not write up a report. All of my numbers at this time are the same as the last time I reported out. The next time that I report out, I believe either next school committee or September, I'll have all the updated numbers with the seniors that have left and the new kindergartner students that are coming in. So there should be a lot of changes in the numbers for the special education students in our district. I did want to report out that we have completed a successful ESY program this summer. Knock on wood, it went very well. Transportation for special education should be completed within the next few days. And once that is completed, we will send that out. And my department will be reaching out to families to let them know of the pickup times. And I did send out the school support visit to everybody. And I wasn't sure if anyone had any questions or comments about the report that I did send to you.
Any questions, comments?
Not yet.
Not yet? We're going to wait for the next report.
I haven't made it through yet. I've only been back 2 days, so.
Okay.
Any questions, feel free to reach out. That's it.
Anyone else?
Thank you.
Then I'll make a motion to receive and place on file a special education update. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Leclerc, Mrs. Costa. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We have one item in unfinished business. And I'll make a motion to discuss and approve the district organizational chart. Do we have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Mrs. Costa and Mr. Leclerc. Dr. McGee?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. What you see here is our WED organizational chart. We made some modifications to the chart. Those modifications were really, it's just modifying in terms of the way this chart flows. It was basically our Woonsocket High School, Woonsocket Area Career and Technical Center principal, Mr. Ernest. We have the Woonsocket Area Career and Technical Director reports to the Woonsocket High School principal. So that really is the only modification we made to this chart. It's not a change in terms of the responsibilities or the roles of any of these positions. It's just that position, that person reports directly to the Woonsocket High School principal. And we also added on here with the addition to our Director of Social Emotional Learning, Health and Wellness.
Okay.
That was an addition to that we made to the chart.
And before this, the director reported to where? To whom? To you?
I'm sorry, which,
Before the change in this chart?
the
the-
Career Center Director?
Yes.
They've always reported to the principal. It's just in the chart,
Okay.
in the previous chart, that position was level with the principal, and it's always fallen under the principal of the high school. So it hasn't changed. It's just for the sake of this chart, we wanted to make sure that the chart reflected the the flow correctly.
Vice Chair Burke.
Mr. Chairman, for the assistant principals, one assistant principal is for the Career Center. Didn't we get rid of one assistant principal at the high school?
We did.
So we still have three?
We have, so we have 2 assistant principals, and the third assistant principal is technically the assistant principal for the Career Center.
Right, but the number there is 4.
Well,
We got rid of one, though.
we did.
We had 3. We had,
We had, so we had a total of 1, we had a total of 4. We had a
including
total of,
the Career Center? I
yes.
think this is,
No,
No?
no. So we have the Career Center assistant principal, right?
Right,
That's one.
right.
Yep.
We have Mrs. Barboza,
Yep.
who is the assistant principal at the high school. We have Miss Sweeney, Dr. Sweeney, who is assistant principal at the high school. We had a 4th assistant principal. That was the position that wasn't refilled.
okay.
So that position is open right now.
No, it's not. We're not filling it.
And Mrs. Windsor would have been the third.
Windsor.
Windsor.
And Mrs. Windsor for
So
special
those
education.
3, high school and the Career Center, that makes, okay.
Yes.
So we have 3 filled, 1 not.
Nope.
We have 4. So if you're counting the assistant principal at the Career Center, we have 4.
Okay,
We had 5.
gotcha. Okay,
So it was 4 high school, 1 Career Center.
Okay,
so now it's 3 and 1.
oh, it's 3 and 1.
Yes.
Okay, so
Okay.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I thought we didn't. Perfect, thank you.
Any comments, questions? Dr. McGee?
Chairman Bourget,
Yes.
Vice Chair Burke,
Yes,
Mrs. Kepiscus,
Yes.
Mrs. Costa,
Yes.
Mr. Leclerc.
Yes. I don't see anything else on our agenda. This could be the shortest meeting we've ever had. I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:12 PM. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second, Mr. Leclerc, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Mrs. Kepiscus, you say aye?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.
Wow.